Well, hello, everybody. Good to be here today. I'm here with our lead pastor, who I'm sure you know already, Nate Ross. And my name, for those who don't know, is Rick Vieira. And I'm recently hired to be the community life pastor, and just so excited to be here and be on the team. So thanks for having me, and looking forward to doing this. Pastor Nate's fresh off the court here. He just wiped some sweat off his brow, and he's going for it with us here today. So. But one thing I know, we do these all church series here, and this one is Blueprints for a Rebuilding Year. But maybe that's a good place to start. Why do we do all church series?
Yeah.
And then what made Blueprints a good one to do?
Yeah, we love doing these. Part of it is just to get everybody on the same page. You know, our students, they'll kind of formalize it and make it their own, and different ministries will as well. But there's something about doing a study and a learning together, especially through when you can walk through a book of the Bible together, like Nehemiah. I think it's pretty neat because there's so many fascinating things with it. But then even why we picked this, part of it is we'll pray about, God, is there a theme that you're putting on our heart that we want to experience, or is there something overall that everybody's dealing with, and can we deal that? And that's what really this came out of. Part of it is, here we are in the West Auditorium. We are in a rebuilding year where we're doing setting the table, but beyond our physical rebuilding, there just keeps coming back of this, I'm rebuilding with this, or I'm in a spot, now with work, it's not what it was, and this, and these relationships, and we're going, there's a whole rebuilding everybody's doing, relationally and even work-wise, and we went, if we're gonna step back into a rebuilding year, we thought we would be kind of further along than where we are.
Yeah, sure.
With COVID and everything, we're going, let's really glean some deeper truths that God teaches His people, in the Old Testament, and us about what He does during a rebuilding time, because we're in a rebuilding time, and it's like, more than being frustrated, let's let God go to work on it. So that's kind of how we concluded with this, and then Nehemiah is the perfect example of it.
For sure. Well, you said something in your sermon today that was central, I think, to the theme, and I thought it'd be good to elaborate on that just a little bit more. You used the phrase being open to what's broken.
Yeah.
And that sounded a lot to me like some things we may have heard before, that our heart should break for what breaks God's heart, or the secular one is, if it's not broke, don't fix it, right? And that secular one, other than being really bad grammar, sounds like a call to non-action, like don't do anything, it's not broken, don't fix it. But yet this being open to what's broken sounds like a call to action.
Yeah.
So my question is it, and if it is it an individual call to action or a corporate call to action that we all should be doing, or is it some combination of both?
Yeah, I think it is a combination of both. But really, what I found is sometimes we want to go fix things, but oftentimes I want to go fix them the way I want them to be fixed. I know people have said this in marriage, counseling, different stuff that you've heard people say. It's like the husband a lot of times will always give feedback. Well, here's what you need to do, or this is, and it's like, sometimes, the wife's just going, I don't need you to fix it. I just need you to listen.
Yeah.
I just need you to hear me out here. And I know with my propensity to just fix things and problem solve, I'll go fix it, but I won't take the time to always be open to maybe there's a deeper problem here. Maybe there's a deeper issue here. And a lot of times we're fixing things, but we're actually not fixing the issue. Yeah. And what I saw with Nehemiah when I just looked at this was he heard the walls were burned down, and instead of going, okay guys, everybody go grab your tool belt and here we go, it was sat down, he weeps, he fasts, he mourns, he prays. And it's that like deeper, to almost, just thinking about right now, Abraham Lincoln, what is it, if he's got to cut down a tree, you take, you got like 10 minutes to do it. Yeah. You take the first, 8 minutes to sharpen the axe, and then you start cutting.
Yeah.
And it's that whole principle of going like, let's slow down, let's be open to what God really wants to rebuild in us or rebuild around us. And what I've seen too, a lot of times even with our partnership with Nomad, with Preston and Matt Fleener, both had a heart that was broken, But when they came together, now there's a whole different ministry that gets started. And so I think there's this, we're open to it, but then we're open to what God's doing through all of us together, and he begins to rebuild and do things in a unique way. So it really is personal and it's very corporate.
That's great. Well, you touched on it a little bit just in your answer there, but I'd love you to elaborate a little bit more. You said that Nehemiah did those 4 things. You know, he wept, he mourned, he fasted, he prayed. And I just wonder if you could expound upon that a little bit more. Is there any significance to the order of those things? And, you know, the fact that he did all 4 of those too, is that important that he did all 4?
No, I think he gives us permission to not avoid our feelings. You know, when you want to rebuild something, oftentimes, what's the phrase? There's a holy discontent. There's almost like a holy anger. And you even see it in the life of Jesus that there's feelings. That's why he goes in and cleans out the temple. But he does it in a way to repair for the good. He doesn't destroy the people. He goes and attacks in a different way, and he uses it for good. But then you also hear him overseeing Jerusalem and praying, you know, Jerusalem, Jerusalem, how I've longed to gather you, but you wouldn't have it. And you hear this longing, and you hear this anguish, and you hear this in prayer. And so I think that's the permission that I see in Nehemiah as he's going, don't just pray prayers that are like, God, please do something great. It's like, what, you know, when we pray, what are we longing for? What are we broken over? What are we going, God, would you do a different work? And I think that's just where I see in Nehemiah, all of it's there. There's I'm going to go without because I'm going to pray more about it. There's all these different emotions, and he brings it together.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure the order necessarily matters as much as going, don't be afraid to really engage everything. Yeah. Yeah. Well, I found Nehemiah's prayer really interesting in the sense, you read part of that tonight. And there's the order. He did all the right things, you know, just like Jesus instructed in the Lord's Prayer. He first acknowledged God for who he is, and then he acknowledges sin, another thing that's instructed there. But that's where I found it got interesting, because he said, in his prayer, he said, God, remember, I'll paraphrase, remember what you said to Moses, that if we disobey, you know, he'll scatter you. But if we obey and we return to you, that you'll gather us and you'll restore us. And I love that in there, that return, that restore, because it means you were doing something we've already done before. You know, so, but maybe to the people that are out there thinking, I've tried to rebuild myself spiritually before, and God's probably done with me now. I've tried and failed and tried and failed. You know, what would you say to those people who are maybe ready to, you know, try this again, but are thinking it's not for them? Well, and you nailed it. I think when you see Jesus with the way he worked with his disciples, you know, Peter fails multiple times, but specifically he fails at the night that Jesus betrayed. Runs away, denies he knows him, and the only thing Jesus asks on the beach when he re-engages him and he regathers him, and really for us, when Jesus wants to regather us, is this question: do you love me? Right? Do you love me? And I think for us, that's the encouragement from the words of Jesus as he rebuilds us in this season, is just for you and I to ask the question, to answer that, to go, do we love him? And if we love him, let's feed his sheep. And you go, there's the spiritual that then leads to the physical rebuilding. And you just see it with Jesus. It always starts there, and then it works out, compared to get your life together and then I'll come in. It's like, no, love me. Now go feed my sheep. Now go live that out. We don't have to be perfect to come before you. We can come in our brokenness. And he's there, and even if we fail, he'll rebuild, he'll restore. He had breakfast waiting for Peter. So there we go, man.
That's so good. Well, it's probably a good place to wrap up here right now. So good to be part of this. We look forward to the rest of this series. I know we got 5 more weeks. Pastor Nate did a really powerful thing where he asked us to change our posture right in the middle of the service. So come out and be part of these things. You're going to want to be there. But we're looking forward to the next 5 weeks of this as well.
Thanks, Rick. Thanks, everybody.
All right. God bless.